What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, cafe games from tabletop to video games, and today we are reviewing my Beast deck which I was playing last week when we did our Yu-Gi-Oh! Gold format match duel. Now I have been asked to do a deck profile of this deck, but also if you guys are interested and think that I should actually do the deck profile at the end of the match duel, let me know. If not, I could always just do small quick deck profiles of it later that date as well. So you guys could just go straight to the point and look at what's in the deck and just judge it as you like. If you want to play the exact same build or if you want to tweak it a bit, it's all good. So before we begin, friendly reminder as always to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel a lot and I do really appreciate it. So starting first, we do have 3 Bazoos because it is a very strong beast. And the whole majority of the deck is quite simple. We have Enraged Battle Ox, we have like for goat format, it's quite good because especially if someone's spamming like scapegoats, at least we have these guys that could just like be over it, and this guy just gives everyone piercing, and especially like Bazoo could banish 3 monsters, and then we could use our Dimension Fusion, which is quite good. So very good beast. It's almost like a Bazoo deck to be very honest, just like a few tweaks. And then we have Berserk Gorilla, very strong beast as well. Like I said, Enraged Battle Ox, definitely mandatory for this deck because you're just beating over everyone as much as possible. You have Exile Force, which is good because we could get it with either Giant Rat, and then we could just either play it with Giant Rat or normal summon it and call Prio and pop, which is good. Alright, Gigantus, very good, because if it's destroyed by battle, at least we could heavy storm everything. And also, it's pretty free to summon since the majority of all the guys are actually Earth. Then we have Panda, which is so good. So he gains 500 for every monster your opponent controls. So especially if they have 5 monsters, that is literally 33 attacks. So he could get quite big and very fast. Now, if we play a card like Ojama Trio to actually increase it like time to time, it's really good. And Ojama Trio is really good because it kind of locks your opponent's like board a bit. So if they're trying to like over spam, and also all the monsters is 1,000 defense, so it's not that bad, but it's very easy to get over it with some of our guys. So then we do have Injection Fairy Lily. It's cute. You can bring it out with Giant Rat. Is it really necessary? Not that much. The more that I've been playing with it, it's not really too necessary to have, but it's still a good card. Then we have Delinquent Duel, which is good. You do need 3 Dimension Fusions. Okay, so surprisingly, I did cut it down, but it's like you just want it because you're always banishing either with Gigantus or Bazoo, so it's a very good card. So definitely good, and especially if you set a Giant Rat. Usually, you're not supposed to set your Giant Rat, just normal it. But if you do and they attack over it, then, or if they nobleman cross out it, at least you could Dimension Fusion and bring them back. We have 2 Giant Trune because we want to get rid of those back rolls as much as we can, so we take advantage over for monsters. We have Grateful Charity, we have Heavy Storm, we have Mystical Space Typhoon, 2 nobleman cross out. So even though the whole theme of the deck is like having piercing and all that, if we could get rid of some nuisance cards for free and then just attack directly instead, that's also a better alternative. We have another, or we have a Paw of Greed. Then we have a Premature Burial, we have a Snat Steel, we have 2 Dust Tornadoes, which is needed, we have an Ojama Trio, and then we have Trap Dust Shoots, that's also needed because this just gives you the whole advantage. As soon as you play one, you can see exactly what your opponents have, what you want to put back, and also how to play around their hand, so it's very good. Do not write in Dueling Book your opponent's hand, okay? It's not public knowledge once you see it, okay? As soon as you stop seeing it, it is now private knowledge. It doesn't stay permanently public knowledge. And honestly, like, if you do that, you are bad. That's all I have to say. Is that if you're playing this card, remember what your opponents had. If you write it in the chat, you are bad. Yes, I'll get hate for that. I don't care. But anyways, we have 3 Dust Wombat. Very good for burn, okay? Now, also he's a beast, so we could actually use it with the Enraged Battle Ox, which is nice. We have our 3rd Giant Tornado over here. We have Necro Valley in case we're against something that's very banishing. Because even though, like, we don't necessarily have to banish, like, if I were to play this, I would actually take out the Dimension Fusion. So if we're against, like, a Chaos deck, we could definitely play this to take the advantage. Because we do have, like, good monsters that have high attack. So even though our Bazoo is going to be, like, weakened, we still have other strategies as well that we could use. And then we have 2 Boundless Trapple, our 3rd Dust Tornado, in case if we're against something very back row heavy. We have our Mirror Force, Ring of Destruction, 2 Sakuretsu Armor, and then finally a Torrential Tribute. And that's it for a Beast deck. Now, if you guys enjoyed playing this, definitely hit that like button and definitely subscribe to the channel because it really does help the channel a lot. And if you want a sneak peek at future products we're planning to review here on the channel, you can always follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.